She's the latest woman to share the screen with Agent 007.
Don't get any ideas.
I'd never dream of it.
But this isn't the Bond girl you've grown used to.
How do you think she'll succeed as a Bond girl?
Oh, she'll kick ass.
She's a star of Hong Kong action films who's got all the right moves.
Oh.
Josh Mankiewicz meets Michelle Yeoh.
Dateline with Jane Pauley and Stone Phillips.
James Bond, but it could also describe the newest leading lady for Agent 007. How do you find a woman who's a match for the most macho of action heroes? Well, you just might start with someone who's got extraordinary action credentials of her own. Here's Josh Mankiewicz.
Who are you?
My name is Pussy Galore.
We think we know her. The Bond girl. Sexy, silly, and subservient to 007.
Here!
Shoot him!
Well, things are changing. Set your sights on Michelle Yeoh.
I don't believe we've met.
In Tomorrow Never Dies, she's Wei Lin, a spy from China, who works alongside James Bond, not underneath him, matching 007 in both smarts and strength. Now, you're thinking Michelle who? Most Americans have never heard of her, but at 35, she's the queen of action films in Hong Kong.
She's a real beauty. I think of a cat, feline.
Director Oliver Stone thinks she's a natural-born killer. How do you think she'll succeed as a Bond girl?
Oh, she'll kick ass. I mean, she'll be on top of that. I mean, she can do that in her sleep. You should see what she's done in the Hong Kong movies.
Wait, John. I don't care who she is. Get her!
She folds, spindles, and mutilates. And she does it all herself. That's her fighting in the film Wing Chun. That's her falling several stories in Heroic Trio. There are no stunt doubles here, and Michelle has the scars to prove it.
I've dislocated my shoulder, I've ruptured an artery in the leg, hurt my neck many times, been black and blue all over the place. Yeah, but apart from that, I'm in pretty good shape.
Sounds more like Hong Kong's king of kicks and chops, Jackie Chan, who actually threw Michelle her first big break 13 years ago.
Let go of me!
Today, the same kind of do-it-yourself mayhem that made him famous makes her famous.
It's the moves. I gotta say, it's the things that she does.
I just like when she's a badass and just kicks ass.
Had enough?
I thought it was a great idea bringing in this kind of female James Bond type character.
Everybody's talking about how this is a big change for the Bond girls, who generally have had silly, almost cartoonish names, and
Pussy Galore.
Right, and Plenty O'Toole, and you represent something of a change.
Yes. And Pierce is like the man of the 90s, so he needs a woman of the 90s to be on par with him.
This woman of the 90s grew up wanting to dance in the ballet. A back injury put an end to that, and in 1983, her mother suggested Michelle enter the Miss Malaysia beauty pageant. She won, and the Hong Kong film industry took notice. How does that woman, who begins as a dancer and sort of reluctantly agrees to try acting, how does she end up an action star?
That wasn't by accident. That was by choice. I thought it would be great to kick some butt, basically.
She's learned a little bit of a lot of martial arts on the job. Here in Tai Chi Master, she's fighting an evil rival. But her dance training has also stayed with Michelle. Those moves seem as much Baryshnikov as Bruce Lee.
She flies through the air. She does a lot of wonderful spins in the air, and she can do that and fight at the same time. And also, she's great on the look. She knows, she's got that fashion model sense. So you've done underwater stuff.
Yeah.
You've jumped.
Yeah.
You've fallen. All kinds of things with moving cars.
Doesn't leave me very much left to do, does it?
Or does it? I wanted to find out how it really feels to do battle in a Hong Kong action flick. But they say Americans aren't tough enough, and in my case, they're right.
Are you filming?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh! I think we all heard that. Can I just tell you something? That really hurt.
Being a guy, you have that disadvantage. It's like when I do something, you have to do 3 or 4 times as much, just because you're a guy. I wear the skirt, darling. I have it easy.
But it isn't always easy. During the filming of Story of a Stunt Woman, what should have been an easy stunt landed Michelle in the hospital. This is how it appeared in the movie.
The first thing I felt was all my neck just going like that. My legs ended up over my head like this, and I literally felt my back just went like...
But she says she was concentrating on her acting, not the jump, and she just wasn't ready when her co-star pushed her. After all that, Michelle says all she did was crack a rib. She spent 6 weeks recovering and then headed right back to the set. To stop her, you need, well, a force greater than gravity. The insurance company on Tomorrow Never Dies wouldn't let Michelle do the kind of stunts that have made her famous. What did you want to do that they wouldn't let you do?
Oh, I just wanted to climb from one end of the motorbike to the other, and while it was going down like 90 miles per hour.
And the insurance company wouldn't let you do that?
No, they wouldn't.
what kind of sick society are we living in? So maybe we shouldn't call Michelle Yeoh a Bond girl at all. But then again, like those who came before her, Yeoh takes a backseat to Bond in the end. Sort of. There's a scene where the two of you come running out of a building and you jump on a motorcycle and you start to get on to drive.
Right.
And he says, no.
I'm big-hearted. I'm generous. It's like, fine, you drive. But you'll still need me to tell you where to go.
So watch out, James Bond and everyone else. This is a woman with a mind of her own and a killer body. Literally.
Wei Lin, I'm from the new Chinese.
In Chinese, her character's name, Wei Lin, means remembrance. She's hoping Hollywood won't forget her. And I can tell you, she definitely leaves an impression.
Are you going to kick me back?
Oh, no, I'm not.
The Bond saga is Hollywood's longest-running film series, and the latest installment could be another winner. Tomorrow Never Dies had a big first weekend, taking in $26 million. It was number 2 at the box office. Titanic sailed by to take the top spot, and we'll have a look behind the scenes at the movie that brought the Titanic back to life tomorrow night on Dateline.